Well, Crime and Cask coming at you. Let me tell you, this John Paul Miller, J.P. Miller. This thing is getting out of control. Um, Yesterday, I wrote an article at CC News Network on Melissa Mancari. Am I pronouncing it right? Um, she sent a packet of emails and so-called evidence saying that J.P. Miller had offered her money to for her testimony, which in the emails is untrue. She also made allegations against attorney Regina Ward, who I interviewed today and had a very nice conversation with. And Mancari made some allegations on a TikTok of her with FBI claims and connections to Regina Ward, where she said things like Mancari said of Ward that she kept saying it was for the purpose of giving to the FBI. And I'm like, well, if they need this stuff or they're asking for this stuff, I would never comply with an officer, but I feel like they would be asking me themselves. Speaking of Mancari saying what Ward was saying to her. Well, Regina Ward has fired back, and I mean in a big way. And let's get to it. When I spoke to Regina today, when she was speaking of Melissa Mancari, Ward stated, and I quote, "I refute every single word Melissa Mancari, is saying," unquote, and even described Mancari, you ready for this? Desperate to be an important piece in this case, John Paul Miller case, and accused her of attempting to insert herself in the ongoing legal battle involving Pastor John Paul Miller. She also goes on to say Mancari said the FBI calling her asking for info but could never produce a phone or a phone number or anything when Ward had asked her. Wow. Okay. And the biggest one coming from attorney Regina Ward was the truth is coming. Whether that's for John Paul Miller or that is for Melissa Mancari, it remains to be seen. However, we do have a case or a series of cases that John Paul Miller has filed in Myrtle Beach Magistrate Court, and those will be adjudicated and heard this Wednesday, the 26th, I believe, and yours truly will be there because this thing has blown up into what I call the Hot Mess Express. All aboard. Yeah, all aboard the Hot Mess Express. And Ward also went on to say, she says, "I've done everything right," as she asserted, suggesting that she's carefully documented her actions to protect herself against unfound claims, which is very smart of her to do. And I believe this calculated and forthright approach lends tremendous credibility to Ward's narrative of what she's talking about. So go check the article out. It's up online now. There's a lot more to it. I talk about coercive control and the South Carolina State Senate and the head chair of the Judiciary Committee not wanting to take, allegedly not wanting to take up coercive control. We talk about Mancari's allegations appear to be steadily more unreliable. And also, listen, you all know who you are, but you know there's people out there. Let's just say that there's people out there who want to overhype this, and the message is getting clouded. The Micah Miller message is getting clouded. The coercive control message is getting clouded because they go out there and they say things like John Paul Miller has, said that. Here's one. I'm just read it to you. JP tried to convince Melissa to testify against the protesters, offering to drop her $6 million case if she did. And said, "This is very disturbing stuff, and it's very telling, and more to come." Well, I have two statements, one of which is from Regina Ward, where in this particular case, when we're referring only to the documents case, that she said, Regina Ward, "It doesn't look like he, Mr. Miller, committed any crimes to me. That is only to the documents," referred to Mancari last week in Myrtle Beach Magistrate Court. I mean, this thing's a hot mess. people are coming after me. They're coming after Regina Ward. They're coming after John Paul Miller. Who's getting lost in all the noise is a bill for Micah Miller, and do what you want. But I would think that you guys out there who really want a coercive control bill out there or a Micah bill, contact your senators, contact the South Carolina state legislature in your area and demand that they bring forth a bill for this. This is how you get true action in the state. Not standing outside a church every Sunday, but again, do what you want to. I'm not here to judge. You want to do that, go right ahead. But if you really want to make something happen, get to your legislator. Anyways, check it out at ccnewsnetwork.com or crimeandcask.com. The Regina Ward article is up, and man, it's a good one. I'll see you. Grab a gas, guys.